elected to the state senate is kind of a shock. You know, I spent a huge amount of my time over the last 25 years in Hartford in my capacity as the director of the United Auto Workers Union. There were so many bills that were of importance to the members of our union and to working people that I spent a huge amount of time lobbying legislators and advocating for working people. So I thought I knew it really well, and now I find out after just a few weeks that I didn't know half of it. It's very intense, partly because I'm a senator. I will always have a lot of committees, more than the representatives have to serve on because there are few of us. But we had hoped to have smaller assignments by virtue of having elected 23 Democrats. We had more people to spread the responsibility around. And then 3 of our senators were chosen to serve in the Lamont administration, so now we're back down to 20, and that means we all have more work. I'm not complaining because I think the work is incredibly interesting and important, but it does mean it's back-to-back meetings every day. So right now I'm serving on 7 committees, and I'm the chair of the Labor Committee, which is fortunate because it's the area I have the greatest expertise in. So while it's not easy work, it's very challenging. It is something I'm really familiar with, and I feel like I bring a value to that committee right off the bat in understanding the issues and understanding how to read language and what it means. And so it is definitely, I'm very happy about that assignment. I'm also vice chair of environment, which is really important to our communities, not only because we have the lake, which is very central to the economy of Fairfield and Sherman, and certainly also touches Danbury. So 3 out of the 4 towns I represent are very invested in the lake and its health and the safety of the lake. But we also have, I'm also going to be involved in issues like air quality controls, and that's certainly a big issue here in anticipation of the Cricket Valley Power Plant opening up. So I think I'm the vice chair of that committee, and what's great about that, it allows me to be involved in both when you're a chair and a vice chair, you're involved in screening all the bills. So you get to see the bills that are coming up before you, and you get to have some input into like making sure bills are either sent to a public hearing or ultimately raised to the next level, another committee, or to vote in the chamber, in the Senate, and the House. And so it's really, it's a lot of responsibility, but also is a great opportunity to know what's going on. The other committees I serve on, and I don't hold as much responsibility for, are housing, education, transportation, executive and legislative nominations, which means any nomination made by the legislature or the executive branch has to go before that committee for a public hearing, and we vote on whether or not to send this to the floor for confirmation. And then finally, I'm on appropriations, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, committee in the legislature. And the Appropriations Committee is critically important also because we're deciding on how to spend the revenue we take in, and obviously setting priorities for how we spend money is really critically important. There are a number of subcommittees of the Appropriations Committee, and I will likely be a chair of one of those subcommittees as well. So again, more responsibility, but also a great opportunity to have insight into what's going on. And I don't know yet which subcommittee I will be on, or whether I'll be a chair of the subcommittee. So that's sort of what that means, is that I am going to Hartford daily, some retirement. I retired in June after 42 years of working really, really hard. And I thought this couldn't be nearly as hard as what I used to do. But I'm going to Hartford every day, and my husband can attest it's early in the morning and late at night again. Because there's so much going on. And this is the beginning of the session. It only gets more intense. You notice I didn't say worse, because it's not bad, it's just intense. And so that's sort of, the day is filled with committee meetings. We will be having public hearings very soon. We had one last week on nominations. That was fascinating because we interviewed the guy responsible for branch railroads in his appointment to the Railroad Commission Council, and for us, that's really important to make sure that our branch railroad to the coastline is, has good service and there's the whole conversation about extending it to New Milford. And so I got to ask them those questions and also put in a plug for planning for the future, having more rail transportation from the western part of the state to the eastern part of the state, not just along the coast, but what I ultimately believe is incredibly important for not just economic development and the environment, but really for the flourishing of our communities in this part of the state. So it's already been very, very exciting, and I'm thrilled to be there. I thank all of the voters of Sherman who helped to get me there. You made a huge difference in this race. Sherman was, anybody can go to the records and find out that I did not win at Sherman. I only lost by 26 votes, and everybody says that's a win at Sherman. And I appreciate those of you who voted for me, but I also appreciate those who had a difference of opinion, and I hope you'll share that with me, and we can figure out how we make sure that we're hearing every voice in Sherman and moving things forward for people who live here. So let me tell you quickly about the couple of the bills that I signed on to or introduced. I co-introduced a bill about invasive species in Hannibal Lake and all the lakes of Connecticut, and our bill will ask that the out-of-state voters are going to pay a little to be able to use our lakes, and that money will go directly into a fund to invest and protect our lakes against invasive species. The idea being here is that our out-of-state voters are not as aware of the problems that we have here in Connecticut. You all are really familiar with it, and you know what precautions you have to take when you put a boat in the water. You know that that boat needs to be clean, and that will really be the only way we protect the lake in the future. And so it's really, there are things you've gone through to make that happen that out-of-state voters aren't necessarily doing. And so it makes a lot of sense to ask them to help provide for a fund that will, in the long run benefit the lake and benefit them too when they enjoy our lake. So that's one bill. The other bill is to require an air quality study in Sherman and surrounding areas that would be impacted from the Green Valley Power Plant. I know that's a big issue. And I know last summer I did attend the forum that you had here in Sherman on that, and the state has talked to a number of people about it. I understood that there was a meeting with DEEP, and a request was made for a baseline study, and you were all told that it was too expensive. Now, since then, the Kent School has invested in equipment to do a study, and that's great, and it's forward-thinking. I'm glad that they're not just sitting around waiting, but at the same time, it does seem to me we need legislation that will require it. And not only require it, but make sure the state is involved in it, so that the study is what we need to make sure we're getting the right information, that it will be useful for future potential problems that we face. And so I think that regardless of what the Kent School is doing, and it can be done in conjunction with them, we're not trying to detract from that, but at the same time we need to make sure that the state has a responsibility in this. So that's why I introduced that bill. And I think that, being on environment, I really feel confident that we're going to get a hearing on that, and that's an opportunity also to come to Hartford, raise the questions you have on both of these bills and any other bill that you're interested in, because that's how we make law, is by having people who are affected and impacted coming out their voices to the process. So those are the two main things that I've already been involved in. The bigger picture items that affect the entire state and will affect everyone here as well is I did introduce a bill and signed on to Senator Rooney's bill for paid family and medical leave. That is Senate Bill number 1, which I'm excited about. What that means is when your Senate President puts out a bill and is signed by almost every member of your caucus, and you have a majority in the Senate, it means that you really say, we want this to happen, we want it to happen this year. And because I'm on labor, I've been deeply involved in that. I have actually been working with the governor's office and the senators, and with my co-chair from the House, Robin Porter, we're trying to make sure this bill is the best that it can be and right, and that it will impact people's lives very quickly. So the bill, we still are projecting that it will be a benefit of 100% when you have a qualifying event, like you have a baby, or your mother or father are elderly and very ill, or you have an ill child, or you yourself are ill, maybe facing long-term treatments, that you will get up to 12 weeks off per year with full pay up to $1,000 a week. And that is geared to help the lowest wage workers the most by giving them 100% of their pay, but it does obviously help everyone regardless as you move up the scale, regardless of how much you make, you would get up to $1,000. And so it's a really strong bill, it's really important, and I feel very optimistic that we're going to get that done this session. Also, Senate Bill 2 is called the minimum wage bill, and that's another bill that we're working on to raise the minimum wage here in Connecticut. So those are my major things, and I will take questions in 1 minute. I just wanted to tell you about one more bill, which is I was really excited about the bill that we passed on Tuesday. So the first bill of this session was a bill to provide for furloughed workers, federal workers, and even those that are working but not receiving pay, to provide for them a loan up to $5,000 a month, renewable twice, so that they get up to 3 months, interest-free, no credit rating, and the banks were signing on to help with this, which was fabulous, and the state was assuming 10% of the risk, the banks were assuming 90% of the risk. It was considered a low-risk situation because federal workers there had already been a bill passed saying they would get back pay. However, I think one of the things we learned this week is that the contractors, federal contractors, are not getting back pay, they're not getting pay, and there were 1 million people really dramatically impacted, contractors impacted by that. And so I'm very happy they went back to work on, or they're going back to work, that was ended yesterday, but at the same time, I'm sure that there are people who will still need to take advantage of this to catch up. And so I'm very happy that we did it. Being the labor chair, I was asked to bring out the bill, which means I had to stand in the chamber and talk about why this was important, why we were doing this, and it was my first day and my first session, and it was like, whoa, jumping right into things. But I'm told I did fine, and it was really exciting to be part of the process of enacting laws that would impact people's lives so dramatically. So I'm excited about being in the legislature and being in Hartford, and I am also excited about representing Sherman. So thank you.